Welcome back to Firepower. Today, we're stepping into a scenario most people don't want to think about, but everyone should be prepared for. Imagine the world collapsing, not in a movie, not in a distant place, but right where you live. The power grid goes down, emergency services are gone, stores are empty, roads are blocked. The rule of law dissolves into chaos, and in that moment, when it is just you, your family, and the little gear you can carry on your back, your rifle becomes more than a tool. It becomes the line between survival and disaster. But here's the truth almost nobody wants to admit. You don't need a high-end $1,000-plus rifle covered in brand-name accessories. You don't need a Gucci build covered in lasers, billet receivers, and titanium parts. What you really need is something much simpler. A rifle that runs when it's filthy, when it's wet, when it's covered in dust, or when you're exhausted and half-starved. You need a rifle that will fire when failure is not an option. And the rifles that meet that requirement aren't always the expensive ones. In fact, many of the most reliable rifles built for real survival, sit in the budget category. Today, we're counting down 8 of the best budget AR-15 rifles built for real SHTF survival, not range toys, not safe queens, not rifles optimized for photographs and social media flexing. These are rifles that have been put through stress, abuse, and real-world testing. Rifles proven by thousands of shooters, law enforcement departments, and rugged field conditions. Rifles you can trust when the world around you stops making sense. Let's begin with number 8. The Radical Firearms RF-15. This is the rifle that sits at the absolute entry point of reliable AR ownership. It's not fancy. It's not pretty. It's not trying to impress anyone. What the RF-15 does is simple. It gives you a functional, mil-spec compatible fighting rifle at a price almost anyone can afford. You get a 16-inch barrel, a basic carbine-length gas system, a standard mil-spec trigger, and straightforward polymer furniture. Nothing exotic, just what you need for a dependable platform. What makes the RF-15 worthy of a survival list is parts compatibility. Radical Firearms designs their rifles around standard mil-spec dimensions. In a grid-down scenario, that matters more than people realize. Any AR-15 part you scavenge, trade for, or strip off a broken rifle will probably fit the RF-15. And that means you can keep the rifle alive even when the supply chain doesn't exist. Yes, tolerances on budget rifles vary. Some RF-15s run flawlessly from day one, while others need minor fixes. Maybe a properly staked gas key, maybe some tuning. But once you verify it, once you test it, the RF-15 becomes a legitimate survival rifle for shooters on a tight budget. And in SHTF, trigger time matters more than brand names. Moving to number 7, we have the Palmetto State Armory PA-15. If there is a single rifle that has changed the budget AR landscape more than any other, it is this one. PSA took mil-spec manufacturing and brought it to prices that were unthinkable a decade ago. The PA-15 isn't just a cheap rifle. It is a shockingly durable rifle that has been tested again and again past 10,000 rounds. PSA produces millions of parts every year, and that manufacturing volume means one thing: availability. When the world panic buys rifles and parts disappear for months, PSA stays in production. And once again, parts compatibility is perfect. From the bolt carrier group to the trigger group, everything follows the standard. The PA-15 uses a 16-inch barrel, a carbine gas system, a corrosion-resistant phosphate coating, and a 1-in-7 twist rate that stabilizes everything from lightweight rounds to heavy defensive loads. At 6.5 pounds, it's light enough for all-day carry, something you'll appreciate when you're traveling miles on foot with only what you can carry. When you combine durability, availability, and affordability, the PSA PA-15 becomes one of the most practical rifles you can choose for long-term survival. Number 6 brings us the Ruger AR-556. When a company with Ruger's reputation steps into the budget AR-15 world, you pay attention. Ruger doesn't chase trends. They build rifles that last decades. The AR-556 benefits from Ruger's cold hammer forging process, the same barrel-making technology used in their Mini 14 and Mini high-end rifles. With a 1 in 8 twist rate, a mid-length gas system, and smooth recoil characteristics, this rifle delivers accuracy across a wide variety of ammunition. Ruger includes rapid deploy folding sights, so even if your optics break during a fall or impact, you're not out of the fight. But the real SHTF advantage of the AR-556 isn't the specs, it's Ruger's infrastructure. Ruger survived the 1994 assault weapons ban, multiple industry swings, and shifting political environments. Their customer service and parts availability are industry pillars. In a long-term rebuilding scenario where you might need replacements or repairs years after the collapse, Ruger is the type of manufacturer that endures. The handguard is simple, not flashy, but the rifle works. And sometimes that is all that matters. If you want a set it and forget it rifle, Ruger delivers. Number 5 takes us to the Smith & Wesson M&P 15 Sport II. This rifle answers a question many people ask. Can you get real law enforcement grade reliability at a budget price? The answer is yes. The Sport II uses a 16-inch barrel with a 1 in 9 twist rate, optimized for the most common ammunition weights, 55 and 62 grains. The Armonite finish offers exceptional corrosion resistance, critical when cleaning supplies are limited. Smith & Wesson dropped the dust cover and forward assist to cut costs, but real department testing shows that neither feature significantly impacts reliability in practical use. Many sheriff's departments issue the Sport II as a patrol rifle. That's real-world validation that no amount of marketing can fake. Torture tests show these rifles exceeding 15,000 rounds with only basic maintenance. For SHTF, the Sport II offers consistent accuracy out to 300 yards, compatibility with a wide range of ammo, including steel case, and trustworthy performance when it matters. Combine that with a weight of just over 6.5 pounds, and you get a rifle that works as hard as you do. Number 4 brings Israeli engineering to American survival, the IWI Zion 15. IWI has decades of experience supplying weapons to a military that deals with constant conflict. That experience shows in the Zion 15's design. The rifle features a chrome moly vanadium barrel, a 1 in 7 twist rate, and a tuned mid-length gas system paired with a balanced buffer assembly. The result is smoother recoil than many rifles in this price range. Faster recoil recovery means faster follow-up shots, and in a real fight, the second and third shots often matter more than the first. The free-floating aluminum handguard provides 7 positions of M-lock attachment, allowing you to set up lights, grips, and accessories without adding unnecessary weight. At 6.7 pounds, the Zion 15 is slightly heavier than some competitors, but that weight translates into durability rather than excess bulk. More importantly, accuracy is consistently around 2 MOA with quality ammunition. In trained hands, that's effective fire out to 400 yards, distance that matters when avoiding threats or scanning open terrain. The only drawback is limited aftermarket furniture specifically designed for IWI's geometry, but the rifle's strengths far outweigh that shortcoming. Number 3 is the Springfield Armory Saint, A rifle that earned its place not in survival circles, but in competition shooting, before preppers realized how good it actually is. Springfield engineered the Saint to eliminate weak points commonly found in budget rifles. The 16-inch CMV barrel uses a melanite finish that is twice as corrosion resistant as standard phosphate. A 1 in 8 twist handles nearly all 5.56 or 223 rounds, from light varmint bullets to heavy defensive loads. Where the Saint really shines is the AccuTight tension system, which removes the upper to lower receiver slop common in mil-spec rifles. That tighter fit translates into improved harmonics and better accuracy. Many Saint rifles achieve sub-2 MOA groups with good ammunition. At just 6.1 pounds, the lightest rifle on this list, the Saint excels in long-distance foot travel, bug-out scenarios, and extended patrols. The included Bravo Company furniture elevates durability beyond basic mil-spec stocks and grips. In a survival situation where every ounce matters, the Saint becomes a smart and efficient choice. Before we reach number 1, we need to look at number 2. The Aero Precision M4E1. Aero Precision changed the rules of budget rifle manufacturing by treating their receivers like precision components rather than mass-produced parts. The M4E1 features an integrated upper receiver design that creates a solid, continuous platform from the receiver to the muzzle. This eliminates common weak points around the barrel nut and improves accuracy by reducing flex and harmonic distortion. The rifle includes a 16-inch barrel, a 1 in 7 twist, a mid-length gas system, and Aero's Atlas handguard. The handguard uses anti-rotation tabs that lock the rail in place, ensuring that your zero never shifts, even under rough handling. Aero machines their receivers from forged 7.75 T6 aluminum on tight-tolerant CNC machines, giving you custom-grade precision at a production line price. At 6.6 pounds, the rifle balances weight and durability perfectly. Preppers and competition shooters alike trust Aero's consistency. It's the kind of rifle that performs predictably when everything else feels uncertain. And finally, number 1, the Sig Sauer M400 Tread. The reason the Tread earns the top spot is simple. It brings contract-grade reliability to a rifle civilians can afford. Sig Sauer builds firearms for elite military and law enforcement units around the world, and the Tread carries that DNA. You get a stainless steel 16-inch barrel, a 1 in 8 twist, and an adjustable gas block, a rare feature in this price bracket. That adjustability means one thing: the Tread runs anything. Suppressors, steel case ammo, mixed lots, dirty chambers, low lubrication. Whatever you feed it, it keeps firing. At 7.1 pounds, it's not the lightest rifle on the list, but that weight comes from rigidity, components designed to survive impact and abuse. The free-float M-Lock handguard offers generous accessory space. The ambidextrous controls support fast manipulation under stress. And the Match Duo trigger breaks cleaner than any mil-spec trigger in its class. Most importantly, the Tread shares internal design characteristics with rifles issued to law enforcement agencies in more than 30 states. When departments trust their lives to a platform, that's validation beyond marketing. In a collapse scenario, the Tread checks every important box. Dependable under poor maintenance, accurate at realistic defensive distances, modular enough for a variety of roles, and compatible with standard AR parts for field repairs. Yes, it costs more than the cheapest rifles on this list, but what you're buying isn't luxury, it's insurance. When the world stops working, this is the rifle you want in your hands. 8 rifles, 8 different philosophies, 8 tools for real survival, not fantasy survival. The best survival rifle isn't the most expensive one. It's the one you've trained with, the one you know intimately, the one you can maintain with limited resources, and the one that will fire when everything else fails. Which one surprised you? Which one would you trust when everything goes wrong? Let us know in the comments. Your real-world experience is what drives this channel. And remember, gear matters, but skill matters more. Budget smart, train hard, and stay ready. Before you go, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell. Our next video will break down the optics and accessories that actually matter for real survival, not the ones influencers get paid to promote. If you're serious about preparedness, that's a video you'll want to watch the second it drops.